What's up, everybody? It's Gorillas Freak 23 here again. Once again, the lighting situation's a bit weird, but anyway, it's time for another recap. This time it's episode 10. This episode of the challenge may very well have been the best episode of the entire season. And I think it's because it has the perfect balance between good drama, a good mission, close competition, a close elimination, and the simple fact of the huge blow at the end. You'll see. But anyway, let's start with the drama. Basically, Cara Maria and Laurel are just as stubborn as each other. Cara Maria, I think, has finally came to terms that she doesn't really like Laurel anymore. So she's back to being rivals with her. But Laurel cries and can't believe that she would disown her friendship. Well, it doesn't make any sense to me because Laurel's the one who ruined it. So wherever the hell Laurel, I don't know what the hell she's talking about. She's weird. She's got issues. But anyway, let's go straight to the mission. Today's mission is called Crossover. It's male-female pairs. Zach and Teresa are a pair. Johnny and Nani are a pair. CT and Cara Maria are a pair, which I'll give CT kudos because Cara Maria wanted to choose someone else because she's good friends with CT and didn't want him to lose, but CT said, no, you know what, go ahead and pick me. And that just goes to show how he really does care about people, and he really is a true friend, and that just goes to how much he's changed. Like, I can't believe it, because, I mean, you know, it seems a bit unbelievable, but he was the psychotic asshole, he was the freak, he didn't have a heart, and now he's this nice guy. But anyway, Johnny Riley and Devin is a pair, and as much as I hate to admit it to Johnny Riley, he's a nice guy, but he deserves it because at this point in the game, he's basically equivalent to the guy that goes in the casino and hits the slots 50 times in a row. Then finally, the last pair is Leroy and Laurel. Basically, what you got to know is the bottom two teams will be going in the draw. So it will be another 50-50 draw on the genders. And basically what they will do is the pairs will trudge, swim, or run across the water. It goes waist high, but they can't swim. Dig up a puzzle piece. One person has to dig up the puzzle piece, and the other one has to as well. You can't have the same person doing it both. So, and then after they dig up both sets of puzzle pieces going back and forth in the water, they have to go back across the water again and assemble the puzzle. Anyway, I'm sorry, I had a brain fart there, but anyway, Zach and Teresa take off across the water, and they just trudge like it's nothing, of course. Johnny and Bananas and Nani and all that, and they just keep going. Anyway, Anyway, sorry about that. There's a little bit of interruption at my house, but Cara Maria, I'm sorry, this is really interrupting me. Cara Maria does a pretty good job with her hand. And even though she's injured, but CT has to make up for it by going crazy. So I really couldn't believe that she did that well, but anyway, the first teams to get to the puzzle, and I mean way before anyone else, is Zach and Teresa. However, it's all about solving the puzzle, the ultimate equalizer. Zach and Teresa cannot solve that puzzle, and Johnny and Bananas get first. They do get second, but they take too long. The bottom two teams are Johnny Riley and Devin, and Leroy and Laurel. So they're both going in the draw. This will be Leroy's sixth straight draw, by the way. He's just really disappointed me. It was his fault because he just barely swam across that water. And I don't know what to say. I really just don't know what to say. I mean, it's like he was a beast and a half on all of his seasons. I used to defend Leroy because he was the amazing competitor with a lousy partner. Now I can't even give him that. I don't know what's going on. I mean, Laurel's the best partner he could have had, and he just still didn't do good. So I don't know what the hell. I don't get it. So anyway, it's time for the deliberation. Well, Johnny and Nani are pretty nervous because they got to vote CT or Zach in. because you can't vote to draw people in on this mission. Johnny has this belief that both of them will win no matter what, so both of them are going to be coming back with a vengeance. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation. I would argue that Zach, that would be the case. CT looks a little washed up, but nonetheless, CT has a history of being the monster of the challenge. And for the girls, Cara Maria and Teresa should have been an easy decision, even though Johnny Bananas says he's this good friend, he loves Laurel, he would never do anything to Laurel, or loves Cara Maria, never do anything to her. He backstabs her. He says, I want to vote her in. But Nani has a change of heart. She says, you know what? That girl's got a broken hand. How can you do that? And I can't believe, well, I shouldn't say I can't believe it. It's Johnny Bananas here. But anyway, the deliberation comes, and sure enough, they both agree to actually just go with CT. Just because of the simple fact he hasn't been in elimination in a very long time. Actually, since Rivals 1, when they lost to Johnny and Tyler, it's been a long time for CT. He's gotten pretty damn lucky. And I will use the word lucky, because it's not like he's dominated a challenge. He's just gotten lucky. So CT's getting voted in for the guys, and for the girls, they pull a big one. They decide to go, no, wait. Johnny says Cara Maria, Nani says Teresa. Now, let me guess. You're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. The challenge rules are going to be if two people split, the rest of the house is going to vote, right? Wrong. For some weird reason on free agents, they are just going to keep asking Johnny and Nani the same question. Who are you voting for? And of course he says Cara Maria and Teresa. Then TJ pulls out the most bizarre, and I don't know if this is TJ's fault. I'm not meaning to blame that on him. It could just be the people who created the show, their rule. Here's the bizarre rule. If they can't come up with a decision this time, Teresa, Cara Maria, CT, and Leroy are all safe, or Zach are all safe, and Johnny, Bananas, and Nani will go in the elimination. That is absolutely ridiculous that the winning team could go in the elimination just because they don't agree with the decision. But nonetheless, that's actually what was going to happen. So, of course, Nani changes her mind because she doesn't want to go in. And I'm not going to blame her. I mean, it's Johnny Bananas is the true asshole. He's the snake in the grass because would you want to go in? I mean, you don't want to go in. I know she hasn't been in yet, but she probably won't avoid every elimination this season, but it doesn't matter. So, unfortunately, Cara Maria goes in, and TJ even says, wow. I mean, he couldn't even believe it. And he gives his opinion. I could believe it, but I couldn't at the same time. It was like, how could you do that? But anyway, so that's it. It's Cara Maria and CT going in the elimination. So now it's time for the draw. Let's start with the guys, Leroy and Johnny Riley. Here we go again. I don't know what Johnny Riley is doing. I don't know if he's paying the producers off, having sex with them. I don't know if he is lucky because he's Irish. I don't know if the producer said, hey, I want to see a rookie try to win this. But he doesn't get the kill card again. That is the 5th draw this season he has avoided. And on top of that, the only time he was ever voted in the elimination, there was an elimination because of the fact Frank went home. And there was a way to avoid that. And then he hasn't been voted. So I don't know what, I guess the challenge gods like him. I don't know. Anyway, so it's Leroy versus CT. And the elimination, by the way, is Wrecking Wall, which if you watched Leroy climb up the helicopter rope on Rivals 1, you'll see how well he climbed past tense. But looking at him this season, who the hell knows? And then for the girls, Laurel draws the kill card. So it's the ultimate female elimination. Former kind of still best friend, rival, whatever. Cara Maria and Laurel at it again. And Leroy and Johnny Riley. And I'm telling you right now, I haven't been so disappointed in an elimination of my life just because of the simple fact that Cara Maria did not deserve to go in with not only a broken hand, but the fact she's won 3 eliminations against 3 competitors who had potential. We saw Latoya, she had potential. She did okay. Maybe not great, I don't know. Naya's huge and she dragged her ass. And then she took out Jessica, who was actually doing fairly well this season. So we'll see how she can handle it, even though she's got that broken hand. I don't know how she's going to climb. Anyway, and then the elimination starts in to be continued. Now, anyone who's an avid challenge fan will tell you that whenever there's a to be continued, you can almost always find out who's going to lose that elimination. Because if you watch the trailer, you'll see that one of them is blatant. One of the females, Cara Maria or Laurel, one of the two, I see it, is boom, right there, looks like what would be the final elimination against another competitor we haven't seen. Then the other eliminations, or other one's a little tough, but you'll see the number on the back of this guy's jersey, and it's either Leroy or CT. I mean, I know who they are, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys. So if you really want to know, and I don't even look at spoilers, but I figured it out from watching the trailer, message me on YouTube. I will tell you who they are. But it's really not hard to figure out who wins the elimination, so I already know. I think to be continued or a cheap pain in the ass, and we'll just wait till this week and see. And that is all for today. We'll wait for episode 11. Pretty long season, and that's it. Take care.